Are you ready to dive into one of the most dramatic and inspiring stories ever told? A tale of immense wealth, devastating loss, unwavering faith, and ultimate redemption. This is the story of Job, a man whose life became a battlefield between good and evil, yet who stood as a shining testament to the power of faith. Sit back, relax, and let this timeless story captivate your soul. The epic story of Job, faith tested, faith triumphant. In the ancient land of Uz, nestled amidst rolling hills and fertile plains, there lived a man named Job. He was a man of great wealth and influence, possessing vast herds of livestock, countless servants, and a large, loving family. But Job's greatest treasure wasn't his riches, it was his unwavering faith in God. He was known far and wide as a man of integrity, a beacon of righteousness who shunned evil and honored the Almighty in all that he did. One day, in the heavenly realms, a conversation unfolded between God and a being known as Satan, the accuser. God spoke of Job with great pride. "Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him, blameless, upright, a man who fears God and turns away from evil." But Satan, with a sneer, replied, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Haven't you placed a hedge of protection around him? You've blessed the work of his hands, and his flocks and herds fill the land. But stretch out your hand and strike all he has, and surely he will curse you to your face." God, knowing the depth of Job's faith, allowed Satan to test him. "Very well," he said, "everything he has is in your hands, but do not lay a finger on the man himself." Unbeknownst to Job, the forces of darkness unleashed a torrent of devastation upon him. One fateful day, as he sat peacefully, a breathless messenger came running to him. "Master, the Sabaeans raided your fields. They stole your oxen and donkeys and killed your servants. I alone have escaped to tell you." Before the words could fully sink in, another servant arrived, trembling with fear. Fire from heaven fell and burned up the sheep and the servants. I alone survived. And then another. The Chaldeans formed 3 raiding parties and stole your camels, killing your servants. Only I escaped. Finally, the most devastating news of all arrived. Your sons and daughters were feasting in their eldest brother's house when a mighty wind struck. The house collapsed, and they are all gone. Job's heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. He tore his robes in grief and fell to the ground. Yet even in his anguish, he uttered these profound words, "Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." But Satan was not done. Once again, he appeared before God and challenged Job's faith. "Skin for skin," Satan said. "Strike his flesh and bones, and he will surely curse you to your face." God granted Satan permission to test Job further, but forbade him from taking Job's life. Soon, Job's body was covered with painful sores, from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. He sat in ashes, scraping his skin with a shard of pottery, consumed by physical and emotional agony. Even his wife, unable to bear his suffering, said to him, "Are you still holding on to your integrity? Curse God and die." But Job replied, "You speak as one of the foolish women speaks. Shall we accept good from God, and not trouble?" 3 friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, came to comfort Job. At first, they wept at the sight of his misery, sitting with him in silence for 7 days. But their silence soon gave way to words that cut deeper than Job's physical wounds. "Surely," Eliphaz began, "God does not punish the innocent. You must have sinned, Job. Repent, and he will restore you. Bildad chimed in, Your children must have sinned. That is why they perished. And Zophar, the most blunt, declared, You are getting less than you deserve. Job defended his innocence, pouring out his heart in anguish. He questioned why God, whom he had served faithfully, would allow such suffering. Yet even in his despair, he did not curse God. He cried out, I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end, he will stand on the earth. As Job's cries echoed through the heavens, a whirlwind appeared, and out of it, the voice of God spoke, Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me. God unfolded the mysteries of creation before Job, the foundations of the earth, the storehouses of snow, the boundaries of the sea. Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Tell me, if you understand. Humbled by the grandeur of God's wisdom and power, Job responded, Surely I spoke of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. Therefore I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes. God rebuked Job's friends for their harshness and commanded them to offer sacrifices. Job, despite his suffering, prayed for them. His act of forgiveness marked the turning point in his story. God restored Job's fortunes, giving him twice as much as he had before. His flocks and herds multiplied, and he was blessed with sons and daughters more beautiful than any in the land. Job lived a long and full life, his faith shining as a testament to God's sovereignty and grace. Conclusion: the story of Job is not just a tale of suffering, but a profound reminder of faith, endurance, and the unshakable hope found in trusting God. Through Job's trials, we learn that even in the darkest moments, God's plans are beyond our understanding, and His grace is sufficient to carry us through.